Okay, hello everybody. I am going to be exploring this new format. I haven't decided what to call it yet, but essentially sketching in real time and trying to the talk through some of the decisions that are being made, some of the thinking behind the visuals. So this is an idea I was just kicking around in my head. The idea of reputation, equity, and dividends as it applies to us as individuals. So the sort of basis for this concept is, it's built a lot on the idea of proof and ability and result generation. As if you've watched any of the other videos in the Visualize Value series, you've probably seen a couple of references to that idea. But what I'm trying to convey here is, your reputation as a person, as a business, as anything really, is the force multiplier in in everything you want to do. So if you want to grow your business, the better your reputation, the easier that is. If you want to make more cash, the better your reputation, the easier that is. You want to make better connections with people, the better your reputation, the easier that is. So most of us start out by working for somebody that has a better reputation than we do, which makes a ton of sense, right? The idea that a business that's been around, or a person that's been around for longer than we have, has had the ability to prove themselves over a period of time, and we have not. So let's just quickly visualize this. And it makes sense for a lot of people to tap into this reputation that somebody else has put the time into developing. So you then receive dividends from associating yourself with this other person or businesses or whatever it might be, reputation. So these are dividends of association. So if you're working for, use an easy example, Apple or Starbucks or whoever else, as opposed to, let's use the Starbucks example. You work for Starbucks, you're guaranteed an income because Starbucks has a reputation. People show up there every day to buy their coffee. So you are a recipient of dividends from the Starbucks business. So what we're trying to get at with this video is, how do you start to extract dividends from your own reputation? And obviously the process is moving from where we are here with zero reputation to where we want to be with a formidable reputation, right? So this is the process of increasing equity in our reputation. So let's go down there and figure out how to do that. So essentially, if you want to really simplify this, this is about proof of work. So the idea, to increase your reputation, you must prove your ability to do something. So if you are to go back to the example we used before, if you're a coffee shop, proof of work here is selling great coffee, building a great environment to consume coffee, etc., etc. And as your reputation increases with proof of work, so does your dividends payout, right? And so does all of the different methods with which you can extract the dividend. So the dividend is, to begin with, is purely your cut of the operational profit of the business. So you sell 300 cups of coffee, your overhead is 250 cups of coffee, and you take home the net profit from the remaining 50. So this is in, obviously, a business that doesn't have a ton of leverage. So just to expand upon that point a little bit more, as our reputation increases, if we're offering a product or a service that inherently scalable, like a digital product or content, or an application that we've built, then our options for dividends increase because we're not tied to a physical location. We're not reliant on the hours of the day or the customers in our vicinity. So essentially, there's another aspect at play here, which is the idea of leverage, which applies to how you're extracting your dividends. So this could be, dividend from like store revenue, let's say. This could be dividend from information. So you're, to use the coffee shop example, you're the best coffee shop in market X, and you then sell information on how to help other, could be coffee shops, could be just brick and mortar businesses that want to learn the tricks of building an incredibly efficient brick and mortar, food and beverage business. Increases your dividend, but again, it's a percentage of your reputation. So the larger goal is to drive up. Sorry, I'm a bit of an amateur in Figma. The goal is to drive up reputation, then all of this stuff increases as a function of reputation. So, I could just do something quickly to show that. This could be dividend from consulting, let's say. So, as many people do, you have a successful career in building company X in industry X, and then you have super high leverage, a super high leverage engagement where you charge people to help them do what you've already done. So your dividend, like these dividends, again, are all a function of reputation. So just to use this as a sort of a visual to explain that, the more proof of work, the larger your reputation, the larger the dividend, and the more leverage applies to those different functions, those different ways in which you can create dividend income. This is a hyper simplified version of it, but hopefully this is gets some cogs turning and helps you think about the different aspects of your business and your reputation that can ultimately bulletproof your income. Thanks very much for listening. Cheers.